Hello, welcome to my presentation on economic policy in Nazi Germany. I'm just going to start off with a very poignant quote it goes like this: "We have to get money." Now you would think this is a quote by the Minister of Economics, but no, it's actually DJ Khaled, and it's actually completely irrelevant to this whole presentation. Schacht's economic strategy. Now, as we know, the Great Depression, that's an epidemic over many A-level students, caused a lot of unemployment, and by 1932 it was at 6 million. But this man you see on the screen is Hjalmar Schacht, and as you can tell, he's on the cover of People magazine, posing for the camera there. Hjalmar Schacht was the Minister of Economics, and he created the policy of deficit financing. Now, deficit financing involved lowering the interest rates. Oi, dog! Sorry, my dog's just eating my notes. Anyway, he lowered the interest rates. He rescheduled. Oh, that's not going to say dates. Rescheduled debts. He rescheduled debts. He also gave assistance to farmers and small businesses. Sam, wait, come here. Sammy. Sorry about that. He also assisted farmers and small businesses, and he introduced public works to increase employment. Of course, what else? However, it failed, as you can quite clearly see on the screen. By November, expenditure rose by 70% from 1933 to 1936, and unemployment fell, which is good, right? But it involved importing more raw materials, and it failed to increase its exports, and therefore Germany was short of money. Nichts gut, as the Germans would say. Hjalmar Schacht's new policy. On the right, we have another quote. "They kick you when you're down, but they want to kick it when you're up." Yet again, that's another irrelevant quote by DJ Khaled, but I thought I'd put that in. And it's accompanied by a nice picture of Schacht. Can you stop eating my notes? Sorry, my dog's eating my notes. Anyway, Schacht's new plan. He introduced the new plan in September 1934. Basically, it gave control over all trade, tariffs, capital, and currency exchange. The government decided which imports were allowed, so it had control of imports, and it also introduced bilateral trade treaties. And that's basically where you agree to trade with another country. It involves two countries, bilateral, like bisexual. Two people, two countries. Anyway, Reichsmarks are used. Sam, sorry, I have to stop my dog. It's a nightmare. Samuel, can you stop this? Sorry, Sam. The Reichsmark. They were used. Germany bought goods on the condition that Reichsmark were used to buy German goods. I'm not sure how that helps, but it does. And also, he introduced Mefo bills. However, then we move on to Goering. Hermann Goering. That's how you say it in German. And he introduced the 4-year plan in 1936. It aimed to increase rearmament and autarky, which is basically economic independence, so that Germany was self-sufficient in food and industrial production. It basically aimed to increase agricultural production, increase the production of raw materials, and develop ersatz products, were basically inferior goods. He wanted to develop those, and he wanted to have full control of the labour force and prevent inflation, and he wanted to regulate imports and exports. And as you can tell, it is accompanied by a very a sassy photo of Hermann Goering posing for the camera. However, Schacht resigned as economics minister in 1937. A guy called Funk took over. However, it was really Goering that had full power. Although production rose during this period, it did not reach the targets for oil and rubber and failed to meet the levels required by the armed forces. So yet again, this also failed, as you can see on the screen. Germany was not ready for total war. But then we've got to look at the position of the workers, and as you can tell by the guy on the screen, he's not so sure. So, there was a reduction in unemployment, which is good. It fell to 1.6 million by 1936. So that's alright, that's okay. Due to job creation schemes and conscription in 1935. However, workers lost many rights, and trade unions were replaced by the DAF, the Deutsche Arbeitsfront, as it's said in German. Workers also lost the right to negotiate wages and the conditions of their work, so they're not very happy. The regime attempts to win the support of workers through Strength Through Joy, which offered workers sports facilities, cultural visits, and holidays. And my goodness, I could do with one of those right now. Despite the problems, many were simply happy to have a job, even though the real wages only surpassed 1929 levels in 1938, which is not great. And working hours rose from 43 hours in 1933 to 47 in 1939. So that's not great either. And those working in the consumer industries also struggled. So there you go. There's the economic policy, possibly the most boring topic in this book. I tried to make it entertaining for you. Thank you very much for watching. I think I know how to end this video now. I'm genuine. I think you press this red one like that, yeah, and